Hi, my name is Sarah Brown, and I am a factor model from the agency Factor Models, located in Chicago. They used to be called Elite, but they changed their name, whatever. And I spend a lot of my time on the computer. And I kind of just wanted, I look at people's videos about modeling and kind of see, how people got their start in modeling and all this. And I just kind of wanted to share my story because my story is a little bit different than most people. I was born in Iowa. I'm an Iowa girl. I went to normal school and all this. And I did not get started modeling when I was like 2 years old, all this. I honestly, when I was little, I was destined, I was dead set on becoming an actress, and that's what I was going to do. So, I was always in front of the camera, and people told me I should be an actress or I should be a model because camera came out, and I was like, bam, and I worked it, and I was like, yeah, look at me, I'm going to be a star someday. And I never gave up on that goal. I never got anywhere though. I did not go out and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna audition for this play and this play and this play. I just wasn't that girl. And my first little job audition that I ever really had was when I went to New York to audition for the movie Dan in Real Life because the director, oh, here's my pretty kitty. Say hi to the camera, kitty. I went to New York and I auditioned for Dan in Real Life because the director, Peter Hedges, is a really good friend of my dad's. They've been friends all through high school. And so I met him and he was like, oh, I have a perfect part for you. This was in 2004, and he's like, we'll fly you out to New York and audition. Well, it took 2 years for the audition to actually be set in stone of when it was going to happen. And I spent 2 years memorizing lines and lines, and they actually would oh, here comes another kitty. Say hi to the camera, kitty number 2. Hi. Yeah, she don't like that. But I practiced my lines, and they actually sent me 2 other copies because they changed the lines or whatever, typical acting stuff or whatever. And I went to New York and I was auditioned, and they told me I was really good in front of the camera. And I should rewind. From 2004 to 2006, I had a huge growth spurt, and I'd always been a tall kid, whatever, and I actually grew a lot. I probably grew 4 or 5 inches. It was big. And then when I went to my audition, the first thing they said to me was, wow, you grew. And I was like, oh, great. Whatever. I'm going to keep my head up high. I'm just going to think positive. Whatever, this could work, whatever. So I go to audition, and they come back, and they tell me that the camera loved me, and I'm a great actress, and I'm good at all this, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, ugh, oh no. And I kind of sunk, and I was just like, great, here comes the bad news. And they're like, you're too tall. You're only a little bit shorter than Steve Carell, and you're supposed to play his youngest daughter. And I was like, well, can't I play the oldest? Let's make this work for me. They're like, unfortunately, we can't, but they sent my audition tape to the Disney production. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll hear something from them and all this. To this day, 6 years later, 5 years later, I still have not heard a single thing from Disney production about anything. So, oh well. But I was like, I'm not going to give up on acting. I was like, I'm going to get some practice under my belt, whatever, and then when their audition comes, I'll be better than I was before. So I went to Ankeny Community Playhouse and Des Moines Community Playhouse, whatever, or Ankeny Community Theater and Des Moines Playhouse. And I auditioned for this part for The Wizard of Oz. And I was like, go big or go home, right? So I auditioned for Dorothy, thinking, okay, maybe I can do this lead part. I actually get a call back for the part of Dorothy, and I'm like, woohoo! Maybe I got it, whatever. I go back and do callbacks, and they're like, you're really good, but you're as tall as you're almost taller than the Scarecrow and the Lion and the Tin Man. And I was like, and they're like, those are adult parts. So they're like, you're too tall. I was like, you're kidding me? I'm sorry I'm tall. You know, let's bend the rules a little bit here, people. But, I mean, I was just, like, fed up with it. I was like, I'm sick and tired of being tall. I'm too tall. So I was like, what glamorous career, big, you know, star career can I do that can't deny me from being too tall? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a model. Because, first of all, people always told me to do it. And I like the cameras. And when I was younger, I was like, or when I was like 12, you know, when all this, 12, 13, when all this started happening, I was like, all I got to do is sit in front of a camera and look pretty. Like, how hard is that? You know, I do that on a daily basis with my own camera. I'm like, ka-ching, picture, starlight, ka-ching. You know, like, I sit there and take pictures of myself. I mean, I don't let people see it, so they didn't think I was, like, full of myself, but whatever. And so I ended up talking to my parents about how I wanted to do modeling. And they're like, okay, you know, that's fine. Let's see what we can do. So we got something in the mail, or somehow we came about this company named Pro Scout, and it's a scouting agency where they get a bunch of people together and they go to like big towns. Like my first one, I went to Kansas City, and when I went there, I had braces. I had no idea what I was doing, and I was nervous as all get out. Like, I was like sitting there, I was like, oh my god, what if I fall on the stage? What happens if I do something wrong? You know, I was freaking out. And so I go, and you have to do this walk, and you know, you walk, and so I was wearing like nice, like what you'd wear to work. Like, pretty much you could take my outfit and wear it to like work if you were some office person. Whatever, right? So, and I ended up meeting Dee Dee, who was on Extreme Home Makeovers. And, you know, she kind of really inspired me to kind of keep going with modeling. And Pro Scout is also acting and modeling, but by this time I was so fed up with being too tall for acting, so I threw that in the back. Like, I wasn't even thinking about acting. I was like, modeling. That's what I was going to do. So, I do this, and I'm still that awkward girl, like, look how hairy this is, like, hey, metal mouth here, you know, all this. You know, I've been teased for my eyebrows, my lips, my dimples, my whole life. So I still wasn't really comfortable with who I was. And I was kind of like, you know, I wasn't fat, but I mean, I had pudge. I still have pudge. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting to hear the callbacks, because what they do is they'll be like Ford model management, numbers, blah, 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 and get callbacks. Then you go and you have like one-on-one, like quick meetings with them, whatever. I ended up getting 5 callbacks, and I was like, woo, 5 callbacks, yeah. And so I went out to all these people, and I ended up getting 2 more by the time we left Kansas City to go back home. So I ended up getting 7 callbacks, and I met with this one company called BMG Model Management, and they're located out in Chicago. So it was close to us, so that was good. And I really liked them. They were really down to earth, whatever. And so I was like, you know, I'll stay in touch with them. So I lost contact with every other management. I didn't send pictures. I didn't send updates. I didn't do anything except for BMG. We went a year with sending pictures, whatever. And their main thing was like, when the braces come off, we will talk then and see, you know, offer you maybe a contract, see where it's going, blah, 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 this. So I'm like, okay. Well, the summer before 10th grade, I was fed up with my long hair. Like, right now, see how I have long hair? It was down to my belly button. And I was fed up with it. I wanted something new. Like, right here, from, like, here down, and then, like, the tip to the tips, it was disgusting. Because I hadn't cut my hair for so long. Like, I needed to get all that dead hair gone. So, you know, gross, doesn't get cut, whatever kind of hair. So my mom emailed them and was like, hey, what do you think about Sarah? We didn't get anything back, so I was like, you know what, let's do it. You know, whatever, let's just get my hair cut. I'm tired of it. So we got my hair, we tell them, and we never heard a single word back from them. We were like, what do I do? Like, do we keep sending them pictures? Like, do we keep bugging them? And I think really that's what you need to do. You need to keep up, no matter if you feel like you're annoying, just keep it going. So, we pretty much just stopped contacting them. And I was like, is this the end? Like, am I done? Because I don't like that. So, in September, my mom asked me again if I wanted to do Pro Scouts again, and I was like, hell yeah, let's go, I'm going to do it again.